We'll get there. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Detroit Cast with one Mike, one Jay, and one Biggie. Shalom, Biggie. Hello, Jay.
Michael.
How are you?
Happy to be here.
Are you?
Absolutely.
What a day. Stressful. I've had some weird things happen that I need to cover with you.
Stressful? What happened?
Yeah. Well, yeah, stressful for sure. Just a lot going on, you know that. But some weird shit too. And if you don't mind, I wouldn't mind going over a couple of things that I've run into.
I'll indulge you.
I appreciate that. Then we'll get to the show proper, okay? Speaking of proper, we'll get up to the chaired up proper individuals that we meant to get to yesterday. Okay, first, I have to make a run to Walgreens because I have to pick up a prescription. I can't end up picking up a prescription even with the fucking best insurance in the world.
Prescription?
It's $500 deductible. Suck a dick. I'd rather die than pay $500. As I'm walking out, I see a gentleman walking towards me. He is in one of the nicer suits I've ever seen. I mean, you know when you can just tell that
it's Italian.
It's something. The cut was too perfect. It wasn't too pinstripey, but not. There was something going on there. I don't know if it was three-piece or what. I couldn't tell because quickly I was distracted. I look up and I'm like, God damn, that's a nice car. It's a Genesis 90, 80 or 90.
I don't know what that is.
Me either. I looked it up, and it's about $70,000. The one the guy had, $80,000, something like that, loaded to the gills. I know, not crazy, but it's sharp looking.
Okay.
It is. Genesis Motors. Yeah, I didn't know they existed either. It's a nice car. It's a nice suit. Good-looking guy. Keeps himself together. He's walking. We're about from me to you, and he goes, whoop, whoop, whoop. Bends down to pick up a penny that someone had dropped.
Uh-huh.
Notices there's a second penny and stops. And he goes, someone lost some money. Picks that up, sees a third penny, goes, it's my lucky day, and picks up a third penny.
How do you think this guy got into the suit and the car he's driving, man?
Dude, if that's all it takes, he stopped.
Penny saved, Mike, is a penny earned.
It just was like...
You probably had thrown those pennies out on the way into the store, right?
Dude, when I had nothing, I had negative dollars in my bank account, nickels and pennies ended up on the street. Fuck them. Nope.
That's how people get there, man. A lot of the rich guys are cheap.
Nickels?
Man.
Yeah, even nickels. They just got to be a headache because my jar was too full with dimes and quarters. I ain't got time for nickels and pennies. Who got time for that? Ain't nobody got time for that.
This sounds so unreasonable to me. You're throwing out nickels?
Yeah, I did. I'm not proud of it. I don't do it anymore. Pennies still don't survive, though. Are you a penny keeper?
Sure.
Would you bend over on the street in a suit to pick up 3 pennies off the curb at Walgreens?
Probably not.
Yeah, I would hope not. Would you?
Pennies, no, I guess not.
I thought you guys would be like, what?
Quarter, dime, nickel, I'm there all day long.
Really?
Yeah.
Nickel on the ground, you'll pick it up?
Yeah.
It's got to be quarter or more.
Well,
half
dude,
dollar,
for
silver dollar, I'll pick up.
Susan B. Anthony?
Yeah, I'll do that. Quarter, dime, no.
What about a 2?
A 2?
Pick up a 2.
I'd pick up a 2. I'd pick up a 1.
Yeah.
Mike, I see a nickel as like I get a lot of $5 pizzas. You know what I mean? And then if you have a 506 or 535, you can get a.
How many nickels you need to get to that 35? Come on, E. Come on, Jesus. You got this.
8 times 4.
Yeah, 8 times
4.
4.
Oh no. We're going the wrong way.
8 times 4. He goes 8 times 4.
7 times 5.
Damn it,
I'll give you this one, E. 7 times 5 gives you your 35. So you just need $5.
Why did you help him?
Well, look, we're still in a good place here. I feel very comfortable with where we are right now. You need $5 in nickels, E.
Oh, $5 in that? No,
it's a $5 pizza.
Yeah, well, I always have a $5 spot, and then I got the 30 cents or whatever. Mm-hmm. So 25.
What if you picked up a shitload of nickels on the streets over the month? It's like I bet I'm pretty close to my $5.35 pizza.
How
many would you need?
Those go into the fucking jar.
How many would you need is the question to get your $5 pizza?
Oh, Jesus.
For $5 worth of nickels.
Let's start small. $1. How many nickels you need to make $1? Come on, E.
Come on, E. You got this.
See, 5 to 2 is 10, so that's 2.
Is that new math you're doing?
I think he is.
You're doing the new math?
Show your work, Isis.
So show your work. I think I needed 100 nickels for $5, I think.
Look at Isis.
I think 100 nickels is $5.
No.
I think.
And then if you wanted the 535, what are we at?
10, 15, 25, 30.
Come on, E. Complete the question.
So 106 nickels?
How many Told you this was going to be easy. So you got 10 cents. You got 5. You need 2 nickels to make 10 cents.
Right.
How many dimes in a dollar?
10.
How many?
So there'd be 20 nickels.
So you need 20 nickels.
Right. So 20
to make $1.
20, 60, 80, 100.
So that's 100. And then I already gave you the other one.
So 30, 5, 10, 15, 20. So 106 nickels.
Fuck, so close. Oh, so close.
Still short. You got to head out to the pavement and find another one, man.
You're going to get arrested if you walk out of the place with that pizza. You're going to get tackled and arrested.
I had one guy, I'm not a...
No, let's finish this. 106 nickels. You were so close, E.
107, 5, whatever.
There you go.
Sure. This is why I don't leave the house without 2 2s and a 1.
That's right.
I had this one dude one time at fucking Little Caesars. I don't know what I don't know. I'm sure he wasn't pocketing my extra, whatever, 10 cents or whatever he took. I don't remember what it was, but I always go in. I always know it. I have a 5 and a nickel and a quarter to know that I can get my pizza without...
You're still 5 cents shorty.
No, is it at 30 cents?
I thought you said it was 35. You said that
6 on the dollar, right? So it's... I think it's 5. Whatever. Let's just say it's 5.30. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, 6 on the dollar. He's right.
Yeah,
man.
it is. But you told us it was 5.35.
This whole story problem was based on the statement that it cost 5.35.
Yes.
Okay. Well, 100%. I thought it was, never mind. Anyway, point is, I always go in.
He did the 6 on the dollar.
That was incredible. That was incredible. Yeah, he did. And it was like 6 times 5.30. Yeah, he's right there.
So I
fuck me sideways. Look at that. Look at our little Eases go.
My point is,
it doesn't matter. We don't care that you carry a 5 and a 20.
No, here's the reason. I went into a fucking thing one time with a 5.30, and the guy tries to give me some bullshit.
Sorry, I did this, Jay.
I tried to give me some bullshit. But like, oh man, don't worry. I give him the 6. I forgot the story.
No, now I want to hear. No.
Finish your thought, Eases.
All I remember
quickly.
I thought I
as
knew
the
it.
crow flies.
I thought I remembered the story, but the point was the guy kind of told me yeah, don't worry about it, man. You don't need the 35 cents. Or something, and then I gave him.
He did not say
I gave him the 6, and then he just took the change. I don't remember what it was. No.
Gentlemen, we are on show number 1230, and I believe that was the strongest start we've ever had.
Yeah, I believe so too. Yeah, it's gonna get stronger though.
You brought this on yourself,
God,
Mike.
man.
Yeah.
Hey, before you go much further, it's February.
I got a few things to check off the list, Jay. I really do.
Gentlemen, it's February. The weather sucks, as you know, but the Tigers have reported to spring training, and every day has a little more sunshine than the last. So to celebrate, Zott, Ford, and Holly wants to warm the cockles of your heart with their annual $99 payment party. Lease a new fun-to-drive 19 Ford Fusion Hybrid, or lease a new sporty 19 Ford Escape, or the new family-friendly performance SUV, a 19 Ford Edge, your choice. As low as $99 a month. Celebrate $99 payments and early spring with your friends at Zott, Ford, and Holly.
I swear, Steve Gabara, Anthony Ketchum, I will be in next week to take care of that. I think I'm over on my lease now, and I need to go in there and swap the car. I just haven't had any time this week, so I will do that when we get back. Now, point number 2, as you guys know, I had to go to the bank because now there's been an additional trip added to my day tomorrow, which is a run to the doctor's office. So I can't do both trips and get the show in tomorrow before flight. So
you do have a complicated life.
It's complicated. Yeah. Well, it's complicated when shit closes at 5. Which is true of the bank and the doctor's office.
Listen to this shit. He's got a car he hasn't turned in yet.
Yeah.
The repo man's going to be knocking at the door. Oh boy.
I know it's complicated. It's tough. It's not your problem. Not your problem. But so I had to make a last minute run to the bank. I'm like, guys, I'm gonna run to the bank real quick, knock this out like an adult, and then I'll be right back and we'll start the show.
You started doing this with your phone. You did.
I did, but I needed to take it from the business to the personal so that it's there right away, not waiting 2 days when I get back from New York. So I'm standing in line, and of course there's a fucking line, and this guy's in line. They've got one person at the thing that can handle it.
Teller.
The teller, thank you. And there's quite a few people, and this guy's in line.
The leaned over.
Oh man, the old man.
We're old as fuck. I can see what looks like a solid headpiece. It's some sort of ear system to help him hear.
He has some sort of social security check question. He's got a question that no way can the bank teller answer this.
Oh, this man is bent over at the waist, and then his head is down, and the teller is here, and I'm like, this is gonna be interesting. And he's just going, I need to take 400 out in cash.
He's yelling at the ground.
He's yelling, screaming at the ground. And I'm like, dude, we're in Southfield right now. I think technically this is not where you want to be screaming. I need, because this guy's not putting up a fight. If you try to take his 400, he's not
shuffling out the door.
You could have just waited. Right, you could have just waited for them to give it to him, and then just push him down right there and take it. Like
you could have just yoinked it out of his hands before he got it to his pocket.
He's front heavy, dude. You know that.
Oh yeah. So I need 400 in cash.
In cash.
And she goes, I don't know why they do this, unless you make a request. Let's not just give him the 400 and get him out the door. And she's like, how would you like those?
Oh my God, just kidding.
I need 2 $100 bills. I need 2 50s.
You're right.
3 20s. 60. 3 10s and 2 5s.
You're right, dude.
And there's another guy in line who's like 6'4", straight as an arrow. And he goes, damn, man, you knew exactly what you wanted. Damn, man, you knew exactly what you wanted. I'm like, this is a fucking cartoon I've walked into. Man over here, by the way, it's tall as shit. He's wearing a skull cap, black skull cap. Little intimidating, I'll be honest with you. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with him, but skull cap on a grown-ass man, a little intimidating. He's standing there, he's doing this. And he will not take his eyes off, mister. I need $400. He won't take, he's just kind of giving up.
Scoping him out.
What looks like a touch of a stink eye, maybe. He's just kind of doing this. And I'm like, what? Dude, if you're planning on jumping this motherfucker, once you step outside the door, you're giving yourself away. You really are. And I will have to get involved and try to tackle you.
Did you watch what happened?
I did. Turns out they were neighbors. White guy, black guy. White guy is hunched over and all that shit, screaming. They're somehow neighbors in an apartment complex because when
did they drive together? Or?
No. So when Hunchback turns, there's just coincidence. They're in the same bank together. Hunched over guy fucking goes, and it's a mess trying to shuffle out the door. You can only imagine.
He opened the door.
And he's like, all right, man, I'll see you later. It's good seeing you. And the guy goes, good luck with your new apartment. What the fuck is going on here? He just, I'm not even kidding. He's screaming, good luck with your new apartment. And the guy goes, actually, man, I just got a second apartment. I'm going to hang on to that first one. I'm like, what? Great. Can we settle this on floor number 3 back a block down the road, wherever the hell you two are related? So then, shuffling, Mr. Shuffling out the door beats it. He scrams. I don't know where
How
he's
does he
going.
Drive?
He's not. Someone's driving him or he's walking. I don't know. He ain't driving shit unless his windshield is down by where your pedals are. And so this dude, now keep in mind, lots more people has gone in the bank. Now I'm next in line, and this guy walks up. I swear to God, he walks up to the thing and he does this. He's got his hands on the thing. He's got a wide stance.
He's like the no hands urinal guy.
Sort of, but he's using his hands on the counter, right? And so we got bulletproof glass and the little slidey slide thing where you dump your card or your ID. He's got his hands like this, very, very confident stance, and he's got a wide stance going. And he just starts, dude, now there's 10 people in there. There's an old black woman, an older white woman, a confused black woman, a couple confused white women, maybe a little bit of white trash sprinkled in there. There's a lot of us, and then whatever I am. This dude is talking at a level that guy could hear. And he's going, yeah, man, it turns out that motherfucker right there lives in my complex. Shit, I see this nigga out here. He's there for like 2 years. I didn't even know it. I didn't even know who this motherfucker was. And the lady's like, uh-huh. And he's like,
so what would you like to do? Can I help you?
He's talking. I'm like, this is unbelievable. I'm looking down the line and everyone's acting like, what? What's the problem? No big deal. He's like, shit. I see this son of a bitch out there one day, and I'm like, hey, what you doing, man? It turns out this son of a bitch is talking back to me, and he opens his door. I swear to God, he's got a case of Tito's right there on the ground. He's also got he's got a case of this. This motherfucker is hooked up. We start drinking. I swear to God. He's like, and he starts talking about pussy.
Does he say
Jay,
pussy?
on my life, he says pussy to a very, very cute, petite, well put together, dressed nicely woman sitting there.
At this point, has he said what he wants to have happen? Like, has he moved into the transaction? Yet?
He's given her something, and we're off in whatever. She's kind of typing, and he's like, I think I heard something about, yeah, man, you got to have your cash out if you're going to score some pussy. And I'm like, did he just talk about scoring pussy to the bank teller lady? Holy shit. And she goes, aha, as if like, oh, he just said pussy to me. That's new. And then finally the cartoon ended and he fucked off. But boy, oh boy, was that a bank trip worth having, guys. I got to be honest with you. I need $400.
Yeah, you can do most of that remotely nowadays, thankfully. So
I know. And they were desperate to get us out of there. I couldn't do mine remotely, I don't think. And I'm glad I didn't because I wanted to be there for that.
Well, the problem is you're right. That you can do it mostly remotely, but for the most part, the people that aren't doing it remotely, that's what you're gonna
Yep.
get.
Those are the ones.
Yeah, there was a guy in front of me. I didn't even think it was worth bringing up because of the spectacular nature of the other two guys.
Oh, no.
There was another guy there that was trying to report a card that he had. I thought it was a credit card. It turns out it was like a gift card. So it doesn't have his name on it, but it's like a Visa gift card for like $25, and it's not working with his PIN at the gas station. And he wants them
He
to
wants
give
Bank of America to do something about it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And it's a Chase Bank card. You can imagine how this went. Yes, you are correct. He left with the card and was asked to call the number on the back. So, and then I got another one for you, Jade. And this one, I got to get out of the house more. I had no idea how much fun it is to walk around and people watch out in the world.
Yeah.
Dude, okay. I wanted to ask you, Jay, because you've got the most experience with this. Kids. I'm at Subway. All right. This is going back a couple weeks. I haven't brought it up. Gentleman walks in. He's got 3 boys with him. They've hit puberty, but barely. 13? Is that 13, 14 years old?
Sure.
I mean, something
Younger,
like that. Yeah. Definitely not driving age. He's driving them. There is the guys, not that this matters. I don't usually see color, but the guy, the adult, there's a black guy. 2 of the boys are black. 1 is white. All right. I don't have a problem with this at all. They come in. The dad goes to the Subway line and he is ordering for 1. Okay. Which seemed odd, but you got 3 boys there, whatever. They sit down. You know, that's how the boothing situation is at Subway.
Yeah.
You got the 2 top, and then you got the booths. White kid, black kid sit at a 2 top. And then other black kid sits at a booth. Now, this is not anything weird. They're just sitting there. Now, this is where it gets strange. None of them have any sort of mobile device at all. Right?
That is odd.
Gets stranger. No, they don't say a word to one another for 20. I'm sitting there eating a sandwich. I'm there for 20 minutes. They don't speak one fucking word to each other for 20 minutes. And they're not on iPhones or there's nothing. And they're not.
Did they mouth call the police?
No.
No.
They appeared very calm. And I was like, this must be a special situation. But it wasn't like this special.
Yeah, they weren't policed.
No, there was no police.
To the naked eye.
No. And there wasn't any kind of like googly eyed, like mouth thing. Like
nothing
going
looked amiss.
No, if you didn't know any better, it was like, yeah, the kid's got on some decent Jordans or whatever. This one's got a nice pair of fucking boots on. They appear decently dressed as kids would go, 13, 14-year-olds. Is it possible that there wasn't something wrong? That 3 13, 14-year-old boys.
Did he order his sandwich and eat it by himself?
Yes.
He didn't sit with the other kid or what?
No, it took forever for some reason. There was a little bit of a line. I already got mine, and they just happened to sit right in front of me. So I just watched this whole thing take place. And I'm like,
so where did the guy sit? He gets a sandwich.
I walked out, and they walked out right behind me. He had just gotten his order for one sandwich, appeared to even be a 6-inch for himself.
You know, I mean, I guess I could make up some scenarios, but that does seem a bit odd to me. I don't think it's probably worth reporting to the authorities odd, but seems odd.
And they didn't seem to appear to be distressed at all. But I was like, I don't think I've ever seen like 13-year-old boys together, 13, 14-year-old boys together in any place. They're going to smack each other. They're going to knock a hat off, and that someone's going to have to go, hey, knock it off. Knock it off. They won't shut up. They're going to talk the whole time. To not say a single word, appear to be smiling and happy and just kind of looking out the window. Huh. That doesn't strike you as odd?
Yeah, it does a little bit, but I don't know what to say. I don't know. I'd be completely speculating. I'd have to make up a story, but I think I probably could make up a couple stories.
Well, I just can't. I was trying to go through my Rolodex in my head, or not my Rolodex, but my microfiche, and go, have I ever seen a scenario like that? I couldn't come up with one. Could you, E?
I don't know, man. I see a lot of weird shit, I guess. I don't know.
I guess. Maybe.
Honestly.
Maybe it's not a... Maybe people go, kids will sit there mute and not say a word for 20 minutes all the time.
I don't know. Though it does sound... No, dude, I don't think anyone here didn't think it seemed odd. I just don't know what to... make of it. Honestly, like I'm not trying to take a shot at you, but I just am out so often that you just see shit. I guess.
All
Now
right.
your bank story was fucking priceless.
Well, you never know what's going to hit. So you drop them all on the table, and some hit,
That's
some
to
don't.
roll some spaghetti on the wall, Mike.
Yeah, I kind of had a feeling that the $400 cash guy and the guy that wants to talk pussy with the teller was going to land in this room. I really did.
And you were right.
And I think this is going to land well as well, Jay. You're not on the book, correct? Still not on there?
Oh, right. Yeah.
Have you seen the video of E from over the weekend?
Oh.
No.
Yeah.
You pull it up?
Sure.
This is the one we mentioned briefly where he is in a hotel room trying to sing sponge songs.
So where he gets in trouble, the guy knocks at the door.
Yes, this ends. You barely hear it. Security, they say security, but our boy is so drunk. It's such a mess. And then there's such a treat in the middle of this video, Jay. You're just gonna love it.
There's a sloppy treat for sure.
You're gonna have to wait for the moment to hit, Jay, and
Let's see
enjoy it. Okay.
Are we gonna start this right at the beginning?
Well, you can start at the beginning. I may have you go ahead because I think
Okay.
are you karaokeing a country song at first?
Yeah, at first I'm doing the David Allen Coe song that he sang in the studio.
Oh,
I'm
okay. Go ahead.
Brutally messing that up as well, by the way.
No, I don't sell
Mike,
yourself short.
shut up. I'm brutally messing. I'm not
I
gonna
don't think
sit
it's
here-
that bad. Go ahead.
Yes, it is.
I bought drinks for our chicks. I don't buy chicks drinks.
Oh.
Apparently, I guess I bought chicks drinks tonight, but I don't.
I guess
Want a gin and tonic and a
I
vodka.
just want to listen to this song, man. I just want to listen to this song.
Then they bail. They got the drinks and bail.
All I want to hear is this fucking.
How many beers in are you using?
Dude, a lot.
Couple.
So,
2, 3.
I've never bought a chicken
A
drink
lot.
at a bar.
Unless it was like.
Go fuck yourself,
Oh,
man.
easy, Dan. They're.
He's trying to cue
I
up
just wanna hear
Vinny
this
in the
song,
tent
man.
playing a song.
No, I'm trying to keep up in the studio.
Shut up, Dan.
Oh.
Those that are laughing at the
Look at
hippies.
Spencer sitting on the ledge of the window. It's like he's at the zoo,
not
you
that.
know?
Yeah,
Just
he's
looking
like,
at an
aren't I the
animal.
one in college supposed to be acting the fool?
This is an incredible song. Listen to this song.
Yeah, he's got this. And that wasn't bad. Honestly, that wasn't
We
bad.
go right here. Right here. My redneck. One.
Got the last word right.
Yeah.
Beat I ain't country.
He's like a country
Right
hype
here,
man,
right here.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Burrow.
Just finish his verses.
Finish it.
Songs that
That I'm not
about Texas.
Why am I holding it?
Oh, we gotta play it though.
I didn't do anything.
Pause that shit.
Why does everyone else seem way together? Was anyone else
Play it.
fucked uppy?
I don't. You're looking at it, man. It is what
Vinny
it
is my
is.
new fucking god. I want
Just
to
lay it in my hand.
I want to suck his dick.
Oh, that's.
Can we pause that, E? Maybe back it up 10 seconds?
You don't have to do
There
that.
you go.
No, we can. I
Did
didn't
he
quite hear
say
that.
Vinny is my new fucking god? I want to suck his dick.
I believe no. I think
Is
you
that
got
the
that right. I
quote?
believe he said I want to suck Vinny's dick.
I'd like,
Let's back it up just to be clear, because this is important. If we're gonna
No,
quote
it's not
this,
important. It's not
if we're
important.
gonna quote this, we better get the quote
We're
right.
gonna transcribe it and email it to Vinny.
It's
Yeah.
not, we don't need to be doing that.
Oh, we might.
It's a facetious situation.
Gotta play it. Vinny is my new fucking god. I want
Just
to.
lay it in my hand.
I want to suck his dick.
Okay, you had it right, Jay. I'm sorry. Sorry, I stopped you.
Oh
So,
boy.
Vinny is my new god.
My new fucking god.
Fucking god. I want to suck his dick.
I think I'm just trying to be outlandish.
Jesus, you got a hole in your lip there? What's going on your chest? Like, is that all
I
wet?
spilled some beer on myself.
Yeah, you haven't seen his pants yet. You're gonna get like 3/4 of a butt too at one point.
There might be a movie.
Songs about Texas.
Ew, don't do this. That's weird.
We have to watch this
that
whole
they
thing.
wrote.
I mean, if Jay's bored, we can shut it off.
I'm
Jay's
bored.
call.
Yeah, I think
Well.
you probably got the point.
Yeah, I think I agree.
No. You haven't gotten to him singing Sponge yet.
I can fast forward.
Yeah, well, let's get to Sponge because that.
I don't want to watch this all, man. Oh boy. Oh boy, there it is.
Look at that guy.
Save Mary. It's actually if you see Mary, please will you help her, not save Mary.
Remember, day all night, cry all night. Turn it up.
Wait till the sun. Now he's gonna air guitar too, which adds an
There you
element.
go.
He's gonna get the microphone in his hand in a second, Jay.
Oh, it's loud enough.
Turn it up.
Great song.
I'm gonna do a little. Watch this.
Oh, Lord.
Oh boy. Here we go.
I'm gonna do that.
See that?
Yeah.
That was a full butt.
He's got a vest on. I see it.
Oh Jesus Christ.
No, this is goody.
Look at this drunkard.
I know.
Okay.
Oh my God.
No, you got it. That wasn't bad. It's a good start. Off to a good start.
Oh man. Like I don't need the fucking.
I'm embarrassed for him.
Why?
I don't really care, but I mean, I'm having fun.
Look at him.
Hey, what are you gonna do, boys? Boys will be boys. Saturday night.
Spencer's seen enough. He's on his phone.
Yeah,
here we
he's
go,
like,
here we go.
I am
Fuck
with
this
a
guy.
fucking retard.
Spencer had a fun time. He said he'd rather go to a concert again.
No, this part's good.
And there it is.
I was
And there
being,
was security.
I'm gonna tell you honestly though, I would be prompt like if I'd been by myself, if Spencer and I had just gone back to the room, I would have crashed on that fucking couch. I would not have stayed up later. Like I got prompted by other people showing
Fucking
up.
Spencer's fault, man. That's what you
No,
get for
not
hanging
his
out
fault.
for
I'm
guys
talking
like
about the
that.
other guys.
Give me a
Showed
quick
up.
estimate, though. Really, how many beers do you think that was?
12.
12?
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
12 to 15.
What kind of beers? What kind of beers were we
Cheap.
drinking?
Bud Lights.
Yeah, give you credit. I blame them. There's no way
I
I
don't
would.
blame them. I'm saying, but I'm
Nah, I blame them for taking advantage of you. They played that. They posted that on the fan page. They didn't have to. They did it to humiliate E. You and I, Jay, would never play that
No.
video publicly for people.
Right, of course not.
And I wanted to play that to show what assholes some of our listeners can
Wow.
be for shaming E like that. They didn't have to.
You have my back, clearly. Mike.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, always E. So, knock it off, listeners.
You know
Filming
what,
him
man?
and then posting shit publicly. Jay and I would never do that, and you know it.
Yeah, right. Even though you just did. But
Glad you informed me of that, Mike.
Yeah.
I didn't know that happened.
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't either. I found out last night, and aren't you glad you know, though?
Yeah, it's
kind of.
pretty ugly. Hey, college hoops, they are heating up. Stop by the Any Hamlin pub to watch your favorite team on one of their numerous TVs and enjoy sports specials like the $7 medium hand-tossed pizzas, boneless wings, or the Nacho Supreme. Easy, $7. How many nickels?
well, there's
We're running out of show time.
105, so 100.
Of course, these specials are good at all 5 Hamlin Pubs locations.
Abort.
He
Clarkston,
moved on. You wasted an abort.
I know.
Chesterfield, Rochester, and the 2 in Shelby Township.
But you might have come back to me, so
Oh boy, you should have aborted when he asked the question, not once he moved on.
I know, but I was worried he'd come back to me. So
Yeah. Jay, I know I've asked this before. What is the rule? Is it just kind of a like wink wink rule, attorney-client privilege?
No, what do you mean?
I mean, I thought that was like you could tell him like, yeah, I murdered some people, and he's like, that's my client, can't say anything. It's kind of like the Catholic Church, you know?
Oh, you're
For
talking about
confession.
what's his name, Cohen, right?
Yeah.
He's going to testify in front of Congress.
Because some of the stuff I'm seeing, it's like
It's the president's privilege. It's not Cohen's to decide to push aside. It's the
so you don't think Cohen should be out there speaking?
correct.
And some of
he should be disbarred if he does this, which I don't know that he cares about practicing law anymore. But
Yeah, who's going to hire
yeah,
at this point Michael Cohen as your attorney? Well, maybe just because of name recognition, but I keep seeing this stuff and I'm like, boy, oh boy, I thought that shit was really locked up pretty tight. Like, you could just lean on. But I guess if there's a split, we're learning that he doesn't necessarily have to. Anyways, Michael Cohen, if you're not aware, is going in front of senators this whole week for 3 days. So today, Wednesday, and Thursday, 2 of them are behind closed doors, and then Wednesday will be public. So they're going to get all the good stuff out today and Thursday. And he claims that he's the document that he's going to show them claims that the president engaged in criminal conduct around the hush money payment to Stormy Daniels. It will refute a claim by Rudy Giuliani that Cohen used a $35,000 monthly retainer from the president as reimbursement for paying off Daniels. Stormy Daniels, really? We're gonna dig in on Stormy
it's
Daniels.
The,
All right.
the cover up that you see it all the time, right? People trying to cover up dumb shit, and it's worse than the crime, right? The lies that are told thereafter.
I just thought when you're talking about because what they're dealing with is campaign finance law, right? That's the issue. And I thought it was pretty clear that the president cannot be in trouble for campaign finance laws being broken. That your campaign team can, Michael Cohen can, but the president wouldn't be. Just like Barack Obama wasn't personally when his team got in trouble for campaign finance violations.
Yeah, but if he's trying to commit fraud and trying to finagle payments afterward, I don't know the chronology, but I think there is some question. There's legal experts who are on both sides of the issue.
Yeah, it's funny, but I guess maybe it's just different, but I think it's very common to be like, for a lot of people to try to shut this bitch up. I understand it's the president, it's a different job, but to be like, I never banged her, I never paid her off. Like, I think most people would do that, wouldn't they? Initially, like, is that against the law though? I don't know. It just seems.
This is all political more than anything, and as you know, politics doesn't necessarily look at what's illegal and legal. It's how do people feel about this, right? Yeah. It bothers me that the president would lie. It does. It bothers me. I don't care who the president is.
Probably all have. I mean,
you know what? Does that excuse it though?
No, it doesn't.
You got a guy going, I never had sex with her, and then like 2 minutes later they prove he did and that the payment was made. It's like, that is fucking troubling, dude.
Yeah, troubling, maybe. Fine. You can have a moral morally you can disagree with it, but I don't know that they've proved necessarily that he did or didn't. Obviously he banged her. We all agree on that.
Yeah, and
he still claims denies it. He does. And there are plenty of people that pay people to shut the fuck up. Michael Jackson would tell you, I didn't fuck Jordy Chandler. He never said he did. I paid that motherfucker just to go away. I didn't want to have the legal issue with it. I got plenty of money, 130 grand to a porn star. Fuck off. I mean, so we can't necessarily say that. I mean, obviously you and I 100% think he banged her and paid her off.
Yeah.
But legally, I don't know what
I think it's like 100% that happened. I mean, he absolutely denied.
Wrong.
Nothing to do with her.
Wrong.
And then, but he did. And that's just like supposed to be forgotten, I guess, because everybody lies. Everybody lies.
I'm not saying forgotten.
One point, or other, more than one point, obviously, everybody lies.
Yeah. He's going to discuss the BuzzFeed report that Trump ordered him to lie to Congress about the Trump Tower in Moscow, that deal. He'll explain exactly why he lied and how he came to lie. He arrived on Capitol Hill as he walked into the Senate hearing room with Lanny Davis, former Clinton advisor, Bill Clinton, who was acting as his attorney. And the senators came trickling in after that. Few spoke about what they're going to ask, but some offered some hints. Democratic Senator Ron Wyden said he's interested in following the money when it comes to Cohen's work on that Trump Tower in Moscow. The Wall Street Journal reported that Cohen would accuse Trump of using racist language, recount times when the president questioned the intelligence and criticized the lifestyle choices of black people. I mean, if he's got tapes of that, see, and this is kind of where I'm going, Jesus Christ, client and attorney privileges. You would think in that
it's not
instance,
just every discussion that you've ever had with a person, though, just because I'm a lawyer and you're not, so all of your conversations with me are privileged. No, it has to be in the context of a case.
Okay, well that's kind of what I wanted to know. Yeah. Like but
you're just shooting the shit at dinner one night. I mean, it's not in the context of representation.
Okay, that makes sense. But it's not. I know this sounds
spill on you. I will spill on you. So
I thought everything we've ever said to each other is absolutely protected. Boy, do I feel like a real fool right now. And I don't want to come off sounding awful. I don't want to come off sounding like I don't care because it's not true. However, I will say there's nothing illegal about racist comments to someone over dinner or a meeting. I'm not saying it's not horrible.
Why are you stuck on this legal or illegal? It's
because
politics, man.
What are we doing here?
Dude, you see how the nation is fighting over whether he's a racist or not, whether everybody who walks down the street is racist, whether everybody who voted for him is racist. It all plays into that. That's why it's relevant. But you don't find anything relevant about whether the president made racist comments?
Of course I do.
Then why are you stuck on whether it's illegal or not?
Because we're spending a fortune every day to deal with this shit. And what are you going to do if I heard him say the N-word? Okay, now what? Throw him in jail? Impeach 45 over that? No.
Impeach 45.
You can't throw him in jail. You can't kick him out of office for something like that. So what do we do with that except waste millions and millions and millions of tax dollars?
Do you care if we have a racist president or not? Like,
do we care?
Do
if
you
what?
care? Do you care if the president's racist?
Well, he sure as fuck wouldn't be the first one. And yes, I would care. I don't think he's racist, and I know people that
I would
hate
prefer
him.
not to have a lying racist president.
I would agree
All
with that.
things being equal.
Yeah, I would agree with that. So he will say he witnessed lies and racism. Does anybody believe that Trump wasn't a liar?
By the way,
cheating on his
says
wife,
a convicted liar.
Right? Yeah.
So it's just a mess, man. You got two guys who are obviously prone to lie. So
yeah,
probably some of the shit he's going to say is true. Some of it's going to be bullshit.
Yeah, and Trump's team, of course, is going to go, yeah, of course he's cooperating. He's a convicted
liar.
Felon. He's about to do 3 years. He's been working since day one with the investigation and the Southern District of New York. That's the next one that's coming. He's been working with them to reduce the sentence, which makes sense. Wasn't he facing like life technically for some of this shit?
I don't remember.
Because I remember you going, there's no fucking way he's going to do life for that asshole. He's not going to do life in jail for Trump.
I don't think it was life, but
or 60 years.
Yeah.
I think it was 60 years. Well, the guy's 40 years old. I mean, that's basically life. Yeah, he's they're going to say, oh, he's cooperating to get a reduced sentence. One topic not made public is, of course, Russian interference 2016. That'll all be behind closed doors. Why? I don't know. Elijah Cummings and Adam Schiff both agreed that that's the way it would be. So his business dealings will be the focus of the public hearing. Maybe I'm wrong, man. Seems like we're searching for a crime here in the fucking weeds is what it sounds like we're doing. You don't like, do you have a claim against some business dealing that's what we're talking about? Or are we just going to just go look at everything in the guy's fucking life for 50 years? Everyone knew he was a shyster.
Yeah. That was
everybody knew
the criticism as soon as Mueller was appointed that, all right, you let anybody dig into a shyster guy like that, they're going to find something,
Yeah. And a big problem with these guys all facing these big jail sentences is this lying to Congress thing, which fine. If lying to Congress is a big deal, if that's truly a big deal, then make it a big deal. But we've witnessed senators lie their fucking balls off to Congress forever. I see these talking heads that used to be senators. It's like, oh yeah, I remember you going up giving your sworn testimony that that the NSA was not spying on all people's phones and emails, and it turns out you knew goddamn well you were collecting everything, all of it. Why is that just brushed off? And he's making a big fat salary. Was it Michael whatever or something? I can't remember his name.
I don't know who you're talking about.
I'm talking about the guy that ran the NSA at one point, and then there was there's a few of them. I see him on TV, and I'm like, this is disgusting. They're acting like lying to Congress is just an outrage. This man should be. We need to impeach him immediately. He should be in jail. It's like, dude, you were spying on the whole fucking country. We were running the head of the NSA, the little glasses, beady-eyed motherfucker, bald head. Can't think of his name.
I can imagine he's off-putting.
He is. Of course he is. He's a white, old fucking douche who was in Congress. And I could pull it up for you later, but he ran the NSA, I think, at some point. And there's a couple of them. Yeah. So anyway, he's gonna have the credibility thing to climb out. Yeah, that's gonna be a deep hole, like you mentioned. So I don't know, man. It looks like a giant waste of fucking money to me, but
Well, it'll be interesting when Mueller finally finishes a report. Well, I guess it's not for sure that it'll even be public, right? The process is it actually goes to the attorney general, and then he decides whether it.
And there are already people that are lining up like, don't even try to not make this public. Yeah. Already lining up court lawsuits to make it public. And honestly, unless it's in the best interest of the nation's security, why wouldn't it be public?
Right.
That's the only reason why we shouldn't be able to see it. If it's like could be damaging for foreign relations or whatever.
Probably, however it comes out, it ought to be made public just so everybody can have closure on this.
Yeah.
One way or the other.
As well as I do, Jay.
Yeah, both sides are going to claim victory in it.
Well, no, not even that. It's going to be like, here is our independent counsel report, and then the Republicans are going to take it. We're going to check this for factual evidence, and then the left is going to do the same, and they're all both going to come back and go, here's the real story behind this.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. They're both going to claim victory.
Yeah. What?
Just the idea that we're in this thing now, and everyone just says, yeah, we won. and they just yell at the people that think they won, and the other people go, "They lost," and we all know they lost. They lost. They lost.
It's just infuriating.
Imagine being the Super Bowl, the team won the Super Bowl, and then we all just sat there. They didn't really win though. These penalties should have been called, and in reality,
it bothers me because I see outrageous shit said all the time by both sides, and it's like I just want to time out and go, because I'll hear a Democrat say something like, "Here's what he did. Here's the real story." Blah, 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 and they go off, and I'm like, "Oh, that's bad. Oh, he should be. We got to impeach 40 hat. Impeach 40 hat." 5 minutes later, the R comes on the set and goes, "That's an outrage. Here's the real story."
Yeah.
"Oh, you slimy cock-sucking Democrat. How dare you?"
Yeah. Just tell me when something happens.
Yeah.
And I'll read about it.
Don't you just want to go, wait. He just said something really fucking impressive, and then he said the exact opposite was really impressive too. We're going to take a time out, and we're going to figure out which one of you cocksuckers is full of shit, and then we're going to move on, because this isn't right to keep having this fight every week.
But you can't though, because it's all opinion, because it's all shit. Nobody knows. There's not a lot of leaks coming out of Mueller, and everybody's just speculating. That's why it's possible for both sides to just spout,
Yeah.
For 2 years worth of spouting.
I'm more interested in like the Green Deal proposal. You know what I mean? Like
the
shit,
new Green Deal.
The new Green Deal, and it's like, this is great. Everyone's going to be able to do whatever. We're going to not have flights.
Guys, enjoy your air travel this weekend.
Yeah, it might be the last one.
Might be.
And then 2 seconds later, someone goes, "Oh, this will destroy America. This is hundreds of trillions of dollars over a decade. This is outrageous." And it's like, okay, hold on, time out. Either that fucking idiot's right or that moron's right. Which is it? We should be able to come to some sort of middle ground. It's wonderful for the country. It will destroy life as we know it.
Yeah.
Power must just be so
I know,
good.
dude.
I guess it must be. I can't. Dude, we talk on this show like, dude, I get mad at like the littlest things. Maybe sometimes in my day, some dude doesn't go right on red, and these guys are all day, all night. They go to bed and they wake up just like, having to like make sure that people know their thing, make sure they get out there, make sure that they.
And that's why Jay tells us to ignore it.
I do ignore it.
It's hard to, because it dominates. It's dominating pop culture. There's no time off.
That is where
it's
it
all
gets
over
annoying.
Twitter. It's on. You can't even go to Facebook anymore and just be like, "Yeah, I want to see the family's cat." It's going to have a MAGA hat on the cat. So like it's intertwined in everything: music, pop culture, movies. So it's really hard to just avoid it all. And it's like,
well, you know what you gotta do? Like, the thing is, like, Jay's right. You're both right on this. Like, Mike's right, and unfortunately, it's starting to leak more and more into things that like would be my escape back in the day.
But you know what it is, and you just kind of like, dude, okay, I know where Lady Gaga is gonna come off in terms of politics.
Right. I go to freaking EDM shows.
Doesn't make me hate the Gaga.
Do we know exactly where Gaga sits? Because I'd like to know.
Bad example. Who knows? Maybe she's a huge Republican. I don't know.
Yeah. Had you said
no,
Bob,
you know what? She's smart. She doesn't do. I don't think she says a lot of stuff, man. Honestly, but she plays that. So I'd rather not know.
Okay, I should.
Taylor Swift, we know where she sits nowadays. Yep. She came out finally and said Trump's a monster.
Yep.
And obviously we've got Bob De Niro.
Yeah.
If you would have said Bob De Niro, I'm on you. I'm with you. But the Gaga, I think the Gaga's been rather quiet on some of this stuff. I don't know.
Other than the lesbian stuff, obviously, she's like hardcore for the LGBT blah blah.
Wait,
or whatever.
She is a lesbian, or she
likes
just
lesbians? Supports them like a motherfucker.
Okay, that's cool. Good for
born
her.
This way.
Yeah, you were born this way. A lot of people also believe that the timing of this Cohen stuff and all the bullshit is because Trump's in North Korea dealing with Un.
Yeah,
and
so trying to change the subject from him saving the world, huh?
I fucking love this Un guy. I gotta be honest with you, man. This dude.
He does have a great lid, that's for sure.
Well, not just a lid. I'm more impressed with the bodyguard nature of him. Like, did you see it? He won't fly in a plane. Fuck that. Too much risk in a plane. We're going train, 70 hours. Bulletproof family train. 70 hours in a fucking train, dude. Did you know it was that far from, Vietnam and Pyongyang? A 70-hour train ride?
Yeah, I guess I can't picture it in my mind's eye, but
I mean, that just seems like you could get to Russia in 70 hours by train from here. So he's got his armored limousine, and we've seen that before. Those guys jog along with him.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the best.
Did you see the video today?
The guy, I saw some guy fail to be by his side,
he's
and
dead.
Yeah, and he booked down the runway to get near him really quick.
Yeah. Well, dude, they've got like a new system where all of a sudden out of nowhere 100 dudes come out and they just surround the car. Like back to the car. Did you see that?
I haven't seen it, but I think
Go
this
ahead.
is the video here. Yeah.
Okay, check this out, Jay. Look at this poops.
My gosh.
What does he think's going to happen to him? He's in a bulletproof motorcade. It's like you're just maybe going to kill 100 of your agents, if anything.
See, that speaks to, if you're him, man, you want to get a deal done and just go sit on a private island somewhere, you know? How long do you want to exist like this?
Yeah. Well, you were the first person I heard say that, where it was like, guy's 32, man. He doesn't want to be just in conflict with the world, watching over his back forever. Make a deal, get the fuck out of there, go sit on an island.
Well, you still can just make a deal, live in royalty, you know, as like a royal figurehead or whatever, and go do your thing. You get funded. We're gonna fund you for the rest of your life.
How much funding does he get? Like a lot.
Whatever he needs. Okay. Yeah, a lot.
A lot. He can be a billionaire?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Does he get to keep some of his fake medals and
Sure.
Yeah? Wow. All right. He gets to wear his military outfit once a year. He comes out and waves.
No, he's not allowed back on the peninsula. He needs to go sit on an island separate and apart from all this. Put him on a fucking
all the cheese and wine he wants.
All the cheese and wine he needs.
Yeah.
Watch the American DVD or like Netflix or something.
Yeah, but you gotta sit there. You can't leave. You're just exiled.
So then we're gonna get those aerial shots.
But you get all the money. You get everything you need. You get everything you need.
Yeah. We're gonna get blurry, fuzzy aerial shots of him like wearing his military uniform on a beach somewhere.
Yeah.
With his pants rolled up to his knees because he doesn't want the waves hitting him and getting him wet.
You think he'll keep the lid? If he
Yeah,
I
think so. I think so.
Does well with that.
So he had his bodyguards doing that whole thing, and so he'll have a one-on-one brief conversation tomorrow night, and then dinner with Trump. They'll have a brief one-on-one, and then dinner at which they will each be accompanied by 2 guests and their interpreters, and then they'll meet again on Thursday. The guy that they said that did that I'm convinced is a goner. That guy that you mentioned that was like, oh shit, Mr. McHugh, and it goes running back in the position.
Yeah.
I think that son of a bitch was not a bodyguard who would never do something like that, but maybe an interpreter. So I don't know if there's any slack. My guess is no. That was an embarrassment that was seen globally.
He goes booking down the runway.
Dude, when you hear of stuff like people being murdered for slouching in a meeting, what do you think when you drop the ball?
Dust. What about the dust? Dust on, if they walk in your house and there's dust on his
on his picture?
Yeah.
If they rub their finger over there, they get a little dust on their finger.
Hey man, after looking at a world map, this does not surprise me that it took him 70 hours.
Get out of here.
China is a big country.
So
here's Nam. Here's Nam.
Okay, I can't see where's your mouse.
Right
okay, yep.
And he's got to go all the way up through China and then around here, around the Yellow Sea.
Oh, wow. Yeah. You know what? I think there's like 1 billion people in China. So you're right. It is pretty big. See, I was thinking it was right next door. Like South Korea, North Korea, and then Vietnam was right over here. But
interestingly, China's the only country between them, but it's a big country.
It is a big country, especially when you look at that. I should have known that, how big country that is.
China.
During his mammoth 70-hour train ride, dude, I don't think they let Un smoke in his train.
He's on a no smoking train.
I think so. His sister, that kind of weirdo.
Yeah, she went to the Olympics, right? Got a lot of press.
Yeah, I'd bang her, but
would you?
Yeah, I think so. Just for the story, obviously.
Jesus, bang her, please.
Yeah. There's 2.
It's his sister Kim Yo Jong.
Okay.
And she was seen holding a crystal ashtray for him. When they'd stop, he'd get out for 5 minutes and smoke. That leads me to believe that he's not allowed to smoke in his own fucking bulletproof train.
I don't believe that.
That would seem inconsistent with what we know about Un. Seriously, you'd bang her?
I think I would.
Why? What?
She's petite. I like petite. She's skinny and petite there.
Ugh.
No?
Imagine
if you Americanize her.
You always do this story thing, though. Here's the thing: you always do this for the story. But if you take for the story out of, I'm just looking at this as a chick. If at the bar,
that's a better picture.
Yeah. You can't take the fact that she's Kim Jong Un's sister out of the story. The fact is, I would. And if you Americanized her, if you got her hair did, maybe had her nails done, dressed her up proper, Americanized her.
Here's why you can take it out of it, though. You're saying that
there's something to play with there.
You're saying she's attractive. And then you say for the story. Well, someone can be unattractive and have sex for the story.
I said that Roseanne was my example.
Right.
I was just saying, obviously for the story, that goes without saying. But if I take that context out, I think I would.
Still would. Huh?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I would. I don't. Sure.
Okay.
I've had sex with
Jay would not. And so yeah, he stopped at a station in southern China, so probably wasn't even that far in to his road trip there for a smoke break. Stopped the train.
Oh, he's really far, man. If he's in South China, he's almost to Nam.
Really?
Well, yeah. I mean,
I thought I would figure South China's.
Well, here's north. You know, you're going south.
Oh, he's going
heading
south.
To Vietnam.
Okay, all right. He smoked before that. I did
He
not
had to
buy.
have.
Because dude, you're talking 40 hours ago. There's no fucking way Un went 40 hours without a smoke
Without
break.
cheese and a smoke break.
Yeah. So he's got his sister carrying the ashtray. You couldn't hire some $5 an hour intern to fucking carry your
He's like
ashtray.
carrying it like palm up ashtray. That's
She was
ridiculous.
spotted like with this crystal ashtray, and there's Un having a smoke there on the fucking outside.
You can't ash outside? What? I don't understand.
Great question. No, you know what he was? He's
It's a belt and suspender approach.
Well, he's very, very green, and he's aware of the world.
Right.
And so he was putting the butts out in the ashtray. That's what he was doing. Un, and then, you know, this is what they fucking do. They want to shit on some guy's good name, and they do this. Oh, by the way, in case you were wondering, you know, about Un.
What do?
There are things that they're
Busting him for smoking, isn't bad enough. Here's a few things you might want to know. I'm like, all right, I'll read it. This is just, he's using.
I don't hate him, but I just don't think he's that good.
He's using barbaric methods to purge his officials and cling on to power. This, according to a new damning South Korean investigation. Now, in fairness, South Korea and North Korea get along as well as the D's and the R's. Okay, so he has had 421 officials executed and exiled since seizing power in 2011.
Shit.
Oh God.
Victims being fed to hunting dogs, and I don't just mean fed to hunting dogs, nude fed to hunt. Doesn't that add
It's
just?
worse. Way worse.
It's way worse, right?
Yes.
Oh.
I mean, the shame that's on top of it's like, no, please, we keep on my boxer briefs. No, strip nude.
Don't want your hunting dogs getting sick, you know, eating a bunch of cotton or whatever.
Yeah, well, that's true, but I mean, for that, you could let him keep some skivvies on, throw some silk thong on him, just something. Fucking fig leaf, I don't care. Blown up with anti-aircraft guns. Yeah, we've heard that. Get a little more detail on that.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, looking forward to that, aren't you?
Smithereenies, man.
Oh yeah. Burned alive with flamethrowers.
Man.
Boy, oh boy, that's right out of the movies.
But this is the good guy,
It's a good
right?
guy.
That Trump met with.
Listen, the guy took office. He was basically a kid. You know, he was handed power at 32. I mean, who would be ready? So if he flame throws a few dignitaries.
A few dignitaries.
A few uncles who fall asleep in meetings.
Yeah, flamethrowers. He's hanged people. That boy, if you were getting
It's
taken
kind
up
of
by
throwback,
Un,
you know.
it is kind of old school, but wouldn't you be like, dude, oh my God, the Un took your fucking dad out? Yeah. What happened? He was hanged.
Ugh.
So you're like,
Boring.
no anti-aircraft fucking missiles shot on him. No hunting dogs while he was nude. All right. Hanged. In some cases, entire families of officials. Smithereenies. Kim also ordered the execution of his own family members, including his uncle Jang Sung-tik, who was executed in 2013, his half-brother Jong Un, who was assassinated in the Malaysian airport.
Oh, yeah, that's right, with the
yeah.
spray. Yeah.
So when he had his uncle killed, right, 15 other people,
Uncle Jang.
Uncle Jang, yeah, Uncle Jang, he didn't see it coming either. When he had him killed that same day, 15 more high-level government officials were killed, and then 400 others were purged. Does that mean they just like kick you out of society?
Purged? That sounds like death to me, but
Okay, all right. So this report is titled "Executions and Purges of North Korean."
okay,
elites.
maybe it is just kicking them out. I don't know.
I think they erase your entire existence, like you don't exist anymore. An investigation into genocide based on high-ranking officials' testimonies. The report was researched by the Seoul-based North Korean Strategy Center (NKSC). The investigation found Kim ordered the execution of his uncle because, you know, and I blame Jang for this one. Jang has to know what's going on and keep his shit in line. He sold the country's resources to foreign countries at a low price.
I think he should be ashamed of himself. I think he should go into the background.
I mean, dude, if we're not turning a profit, if you're driving us into the fucking underwater.
Got one job, Jang.
Yeah. What? You're having a fire sale with our resources? Who's going to lose his shit? You know that.
What kind of resources did they say?
I mean,
General resources.
general resources.
Didn't get top dollar.
Who is this general resources? I want him purged from society. So yeah, he's just got a fire sale going on with their glorious resources. Your leader's not gonna fucking put up with that shit.
Playing willy-nilly with resources? General resources?
Come on. General resource. I want to know. Was he just like selling fruit half off?
Minerals? What are we talking?
We don't know. Officials face death or imprisonment for infractions such as, don't brush this off like this is just some minor infraction. Slouching at an event attended by the supreme leader.
Ooh.
That is kind of balls, right? It's disrespect.
I mean, it depends to what degree the slouch actually is. Can you imagine? He's just at an event attended by you.
His back hurts, right? And he's just like, oh, fuck.
I'm working in field. Standing saluting and fake crying. Dear reader, oh, day wrong. Do a little slouches. I'd be fucked, dude. I slouch.
Yeah, it'd be tough.
Death.
He's a good guy.
Pretty good guy. He took power way too young. He was not ready. He's fire trial by fire for this guy. He's learning on the fly. We have to give him. He needs a wide berth.
God.
Moon. This person, I don't remember what it is. It doesn't matter. It's John Moon, a former student at Pyongyang Commercial College, said he'd witnessed personally the 12-man public execution by soldiers using 4 anti-aircraft guns.
God, that's so brutal. It's literally smithereens. It's just
so
holy shit.
12 people.
They put them on
guns.
Telephone poles, right? They just strap.
Usually. I would get cuter with that, man. I would launch a guy out to sea and just see how close we can get.
Yeah, moving target, like catapult him up. And
you don't. It's just kind of like duck hunting. You got a lot of spread.
Yeah.
The spread is big. You don't need to be perfect with that.
Look at that.
Look at the spread on that gun. Can you imagine them lining up? Who doing them? No
kind of do. I mean, it's a shell, right? You gotta hit it.
Yeah, you gotta hit it. But can you imagine how big of a dick you'd feel if you missed the guy taped to the fucking pole out there? How would you feel if you're the guy taped to the pole and it goes whizzing by your head, takes a building out behind you? Oh man!
You just see a flash on the muzzle and then.
Oh shit! I'm still here. Please, second chance. There's a whole village behind you blowed up. So, okay, let's get this right. 12-man public execution. Jay, grab your pen. Let's show our math here.
Isis, do you want to help with this? You showed us some math skills earlier in the show.
So we've got 12.
I'm bad with 12s. I'm 12, warning you right now.
And can you divide 12 by 4?
I got 3.
Okay.
Is that what you have?
So what we're learning now, if you were ever wondering, how many human beings can you absolutely with certainty wipe out with one anti-aircraft missile? They're comfortable saying 3.
Comfortable 3.
Because they brought 4 of them sons of bitches out. Now, oh man. Okay. Do you want to? Here's the problem with this, because one by one, 4 guns were aimed and blew up the victims like bad. So they would fire one. These 3 guys are toast. Would you want to be in Group A, Group B, or Group C? A, right?
For sure, yes.
Because you're not seeing, you don't see what happens.
So brutal.
So, and to add a little touch, just a sprinkling of insult to injury, once they blew all of them up, they brought out armored vehicles that were used to crush their remains into the dirt.
God.
He's a good guy. He's new on the job. There's going to be a learning curve. Did you figure this out? Crush their remains.
Crunch over the smithereens. They're just like, make sure, like putting on a cigarette butt. You know what I mean? Just like make sure you're down there, man.
Un was just over there, just like kicking ass, going, "Wait, is it the bone fragment? Get out there with vehicles. We will crush every inch of this."
Going out there with like machine guns and shooting the ashes.
And so this Moon guy I mentioned, I'm assuming his name's Keith Moon. This pussy claims he's suffering from PTSD from having to watch this shit.
Oh, come on, Keith.
So, suck it up, Buttercup. Come on. Be fun as shit to have that story. We got Jared Genser, a member of the Human Rights Advisory Council, explained that these methods were to strike fear into the hearts of the entire population.
Oh, you think
From the average citizen to high-ranking officials, they need to instill fear that people working for the authoritarian leader and they need to keep people at bay, making them very fearful that anything they say or do could result in torture, killing, detention, and so forth. He issued a plea to Donald Trump, about human rights violations. He's like, read this report that says hard evidence of the facts and they're corroborated. Know your counterpart, who he is. The single most important issue when dealing with him is not denuclearization. It is the human rights issue. Now, I think he's wrong, dude. And I'll give Jared this. I have not studied the human rights violations as much as he has. But your own report told us that, 451 dudes have gone down since 2011. If we don't denuclearize, aren't we running the risk of him blowing up millions of people in China, South Korea?
It's a madman, it sounds like.
So I think we should, and honestly, what the fuck is Trump going to do anyways? What is Trump, if Un wants to blow people up in his own country, what the hell is Trump going to do? He's going to go over there and knock on the door. I said knock it off. It's not cool anymore. You're being rude and mean, and people are watching. Please stop, Un. The hell is he going to do? He has no jurisdiction in that part of the world. Nobody does. So, anyways,
it's just what a weird. This dude just runs a country, and and the rest of the world is somewhat fearful of this guy because he can just go off at any moment.
Got nukes.
Hell yeah.
And he doesn't give a fuck.
Amnesty International said Trump has disregarded human rights to gain favor with Kim. His silence in the face of relentless and grave human rights violations has been deafening. Again, what do you think he can do?
Hey, he's a master at deal making, right?
That's what I do. I'm the best. The Art of the Deal. Have you read it? Some guy wrote it. I put my name on it. It's the best.
Second best of the Bible.
Second best of the Bible. I'll give Jesus that one.
I give him that one.
Jesus wins. God wins.
2 Corinthians.
2 Corinthians. That's right.
Jesus, did you have something to say about Twin Peaks, maybe?
Oh, no.
I might, if I cannot.
Grace us with a message from Twin Peaks, will you?
May so.
Buckle up.
At Twin Peaks, there is something from the made-from-scratch menu for every fan's appetite. The perfect sidekick to any meal is a featured rotating tap served at a frosty 29 degrees in a 22-ounce man-sized mug. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
Hey, let's take a quick timeout. See the kid with one arm hit that dinger?
No, I did not.
I'm going to show you that because I was skeptical. I'm like, if this is some dribbler through the middle that everyone dove out of the way of, I'm not giving him credit
over the
for
fence.
Homer. Well, I mean, he's a kid, yicking over the fence, but I'll show it to you. And I'll be totally honest with you right now. I'm not even joking and being a smartass. Pretty impressive.
Is that right?
Yeah,
okay,
not
cool.
bad. I'll show you that when we come back and plenty more.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break. continues now, bitches. Here are Mike and Jay.
All right. Welcome back to the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay, a little bit left to go. And busy day still going forward, so lots to do. I was reading about this Maryland legislator, Jay. White Maryland legislator, a chick.
Uh-huh.
Did you read about her at all?
Is this the one who used the N-word?
Yes, dude.
Nice move.
What the fuck is wrong with these people? She's referring to a county that is 64% African-American as N-word district. She spits that out, and now she's apologizing to the state's legislative black caucus. Would you think that's not survivable? Like apologies, like
remove her immediately.
That to me,
it's just ridiculous.
What is going on right now? Because we've seen, I don't know, 10 of these stories, whether it's the blackface, guys, both Democrats. You got the other guy, the sex charges, #MeToo, like credible charges, people that are accusing them, sexual assault and rape, both Democrats. And then you got this woman, Democrat. It's like, what are all these Democrats doing? Because if this is a Republican, you are fucked. The screaming from the rooftops, doesn't that seem odd that it's like, well, her apology was rather contrite. And I'm like, what? She said N-word district?
Yeah, that is just so entirely hypocritical. There's no question a Republican would be absolutely roasted for it, as they should be.
For sure.
And I don't understand why you have a different standard for conduct like that just because they're on your team. They're on your team. They're in your tribe. Come on, man.
I mean, and if I'm wrong,
N-word
tell me.
district?
Dude, that is really fucking offensive. That is like next level offensive. If it's like, because it seems like if someone told a joke 35 years ago and it's like they said the N-word as part of the joke, it's like, there's not even redemption for you. You are toast. This person should step down. Any leader who cares about civility and what's right. We don't have any room in this country for racist behavior and talk like that. Blah, 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 hate speech. It's all we hear. Yeah. And then this woman is a sitting legislator in Maryland, Mary Ann Lisanti, uses to describe Prince George's County while talking to a white colleague who campaigned in the district. So this is at an after-hours gathering at a cigar bar. My guess is gets a little tipsy, throwing them back. And the population, they're 62% black. Members of the Black Caucus in Maryland confronted the Democrat on Monday night. Caucus Chair Darrell Barnes, a fellow Democrat, said she appeared contrite. She apologized several times. She recognizes how she has hurt so many within the caucus. She hoped to repent from this. What the fuck am I reading?
I know.
I mean, seriously, dude, am I out of my mind, or is this like
that's insane.
Twilight Zone? She said she doesn't remember fully what happened, but she recognizes what happened.
Yeah, so she's not denying it.
She's not denying it, but she's also not truly recognized. She doesn't remember it. Okay, then why are you apologizing for it?
Yeah.
I would go, dude, that's so out of character. I would never say that. I have no recollection of that. So she apparently made the remark at the cigar bar last month. Not 30 years ago, not 40 years ago, not in middle school, a month ago, in front of a small, racially mixed group of colleagues. Pressed further about whether she had ever used the N-word, she said, and I quote, "I'm sure I have. I'm sure everyone has used it. Sweetheart, you might want to rethink that, because you're right. Probably a lot of people have used it. Not everyone's used it.
Yeah.
I'm sure my dad has never said it, frankly.
I can tell you my dad's probably never said that word either.
I know, and I said that because you said about your dad. So like, yeah, to just say like, I'm sure I've used it, and probably
speak for yourself, bitch.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure everyone's used it. Boy, oh boy, that's an arrogant statement, and out of line as shit. And if my dad used it, it was probably to go, would you stop saying this on your show? This word, don't even say it. That's probably the only time my dad would have used it if he ever did.
And he probably would have put the AH on the end.
Yeah. So she goes further and says, I've used the F word. You've said fuck before, lady? Really?
Not the same.
I've also used the Lord's name in vain. So you're comparing God damn it and fuck. Maybe she meant faggot by the F word, by the way.
Oh, right.
To the N-word district. N-word district.
So she's not claiming it was a joke. I could see her doing that, right?
That's, right. That's the funny
all
thing.
drinking and threw it out there as a bad joke. Not even claiming that.
No, dude. When you're saying this guy's like, yeah, I'm running for county, whatever, in Prince George. N-word nigger district. Oh, cute.
Dude, she's like
Cute.
saying just like her
Dude,
defense
that
appears
is
to
just-
be just, well, you know.
Yeah, everyone says it. Sorry.
Yeah,
It
sorry.
happens.
She apologized a bunch of times. We're hoping she learns from this. Good, Arya. I've taken the Lord's name in vain too. I'm sure everybody said it. There's no place in the House of Delegates. So a number of fellow lawmakers from Maryland expressed concern over comments. And House Speaker Michael Bush, I'm assuming he's a nice Democrat too, he's urging her to apologize to the colleagues. Get that out there. There's no place for this, for any sort of racial slur or slurs of any kind in society in general. Democrat Ann Arundel said. The House Speaker says he thinks she should undergo sensitivity training. Why? Why? Dude,
If you're that clueless and insensitive at this point, there's no cure, man.
it's insulting. I'm sorry. If you need sensitivity training to not say N-word district
Right.
as a member of Maryland's legislative committee group, whatever lawmaker, as a Maryland lawmaker, you haven't figured that out yet as a 47-year-old woman that N-word district is probably not the thing you should be saying. No, sensitivity training doesn't matter. That's you, woman. That's what you feel.
Moron.
Someone asked when she was asked whether she grew up in a household where that word was used. She didn't give a direct response.
Christ, dude, what more do we need?
In other words, yes. Oh God, yes, it still is. Absolutely, all the time.
Jesus.
I know, but it's. I try to be like
She
you.
grew up in a home that they say that word
Right.
to.
The mayor,
goodness.
the Democratic mayor of Prince George's County or whatever says, I would love for her to come here and visit so I can show her the true Prince George's County.
Hasn't she come there and visit as a member of the people? Hasn't she gone down there?
What the fuck does that? I want her to see the true. Why? Why do you need to put these people on display? She's made her thoughts known. She judged this county by the color of their skin and what the percentage makeup was between black people and white people, brown and black people and white people. That's what she did. What is bringing it there? Go, oh yeah, no. So as you can see, it is actually 62% black and 38% white. What are you going to show her?
Yeah, it's
Why?
crazy.
What does it fucking matter? Why are we even having this discussion? Why isn't she the front page of the news going, you're not going to believe what this idiot did? Well, she seemed contrite with her apology. Fuck yourselves. Want to see the one-armed kid hit a home run?
Please.
No, you dare. So this is a kid. And, we've seen people prove this before. You don't need two arms. Was it Jim Abbott?
Yep.
Was he
Pitcher for
pitcher?
the Angels mainly, I think, from Michigan.
Did he have a no-hitter at one point, too, or
He
something
might
like
have,
that?
yeah.
Or
I think
a
he
perfect
did.
game?
I think he had a no-hitter. I think you're right.
Yeah, I think he did. He was a
He'd have
lefty.
his glove on his stump.
Yeah, he would.
And then
he
he'd
would stump
flip
up.
it to his good
Dude,
hand
I should
after he pitched.
I should
Yeah.
see if I still have it. I did like a some sort of presentation. I don't know if it was not a book report, but something like
no,
that.
you did a report on Jim
on
Abbott.
Jim Abbott, and I made a little Jim Abbott doll, or not like a doll, but like a I don't know how to
Probably
explain it, but like
offensive as hell.
I was just gonna say, does that count as not offensive? I mean,
let me see if I still have it. I think I still had it for a while.
please still have it, E.
I'll look for it.
So we had Jim Abbott. Isn't there a catcher? I think there's a catcher right now that's doing really well too.
Oh, really? I know
maybe
there's
in
a
college or
Seattle
something?
Seahawks linebacker with
Yes.
the one hand. But
Yeah, his brother plays on the team too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we got Tommy Morrissey, was born missing most of his right arm, so he doesn't get credit for a full. He's kind of somewhere between fidget arm and
he's stumped up proper, though.
he is. Yeah, I think that's fair. Doesn't stop him from taking up golf though.
Wow.
Yeah. What you think? You take up darts first or something?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, why you go golf, baseball?
The money's in those things.
What's a good one-arm money sport? Tennis? Can't have a two-handed backhand, but
Yeah.
Boy, can you advance without a two-handed backhand, though?
what about
This day
bowling?
and age.
There's
Bowling, dude. That's
There's
it.
some
There
money
you
in
go.
bowling,
Now
right?
bowling,
Darts.
fuck yes.
Bar games. Anything you can hold a beer.
He's got a point though. Bar games traditionally have not paid that well.
But bowling, you can make money in bowling.
You got to be the best of the
But
best. Dude.
darts?
You got to be a kingpin
be
to make money.
Pete Weber. Gotta
Yeah,
be in the Weber family.
a lot of tennis players make money though.
Yeah.
I mean, he'd have to have someone like a midget or something throw it up to him for the serve. But once he gets the serve down,
Yeah, I could see him coming up with something with his elbow, the
You
crook
think?
of his arm kind of.
What about that move you could do? Well, no, you got to hold the ball. where you
bump it,
pop it up.
Yeah,
Could you do that with
it's pretty serious.
Yeah. So anyway, he's a little guy, and so he goes to Cardinal spring training, and Chris Carpenter is like, he's got stumped. He's stumped up proper. I'll help him out, and gives him a little hitting instruction. And so the kid's like, the next week he joins the baseball team, and this is a week later. Like, yeah.
So what do we got? We've got the lead arm, so the left arm is coming across the plate, right?
Yes. So he's a righty. The right arm is the problem.
Yeah.
And left arm, I just don't see how you're getting any sort of power on this shot.
Well, I think part of the golf instruction though is to one hand, right?
Yeah. No, that's absolutely true. But baseball, like.
You're not going to get as much, but that is the lead arm, right?
Yeah, he's going to have to step into it, and his bat speed's going to have to be incredible, right? We're really going to have to get some bat speed going. Go ahead, Ian. Let's see what he does. Let's see Tommy.
He doinked it.
Poops. That's legit, dude.
Yeah.
That's a legit
doinked
one.
it into left center.
Look at that slow poke coming around third. God damn, look at Tommy go.
What are they doing back there?
Tommy's
Tommy's got wheels. Tommy's got wheels.
Standing up home run.
Way to go, Tommy.
Isn't that kind of cool?
Yeah.
Good for him, yeah.
One more time, Javon. Just want to judge.
Want to see what these damn outfielders are doing?
What are they doing, man? It's a holdup out there. You got three of them running at the ball.
Yeah, let's watch them. What are we doing?
Like, what is that one doing? The one. Look at the relay.
Cutoff man.
Yeah, he looks a little too far out.
He did hold it too long. You know what? If he doesn't hold that ball and hits the relay guy in time, there's a play at the plate at least. I'm not saying they get it.
Look where the cutoff guy is.
Look at the indifference shown by the third baseman too as we let it roll.
If you look at the cutoff man, don't you see he look a little far out for the cutoff?
Who's the cutoff man? Is he the one in blue jeans, number 34?
Yeah.
34, I don't believe gets the ball first though. I think the guy ends up going short to 23. Yes.
He might have, but
there's three guys chasing the ball.
Watch how long he holds the ball before hitting the cutoff man.
Is he throwing it right?
Watch, he's about to throw it, and I think
he
hits the short cutoff.
But he double cocks, dude. He pulls it back. If he hits even the short cutoff man, there's at least a play at the plate.
I don't know.
What are they doing out there?
What was he did one of these like he faked right and then went left or something.
Saying this is
I'll say this though,
maybe?
this runner. No.
I don't know. It's a good setup for the kids this age if it is.
No. I think this is like legit in the sense that they're not doing it on purpose. I'm just questioning the outfield abilities.
I think this might be a setup. Look at the indifference shown by the third baseman. Let it roll. Watch him run around third. He's looking at his nails. Dude, he's doing one of these.
Shit.
He's shining his nails.
You know what? He sees Tommy cooking around those bases. He knows the play's done for him. This is a play at the plate.
Look at him.
Dude, he's a runner. He does still appear to be pretty fast though, for real. Like
is there something weird going on with this guy's arm? Is this a whole team of arm problems?
Where's the ball?
Does it look a little weird?
Yeah, where is the ball though? At this point, is it into the other cutoff guy?
This guy, no, he's about to throw it to the cutoff guy. He should have thrown it 2 seconds ago.
We got a lot of work to do on the cutoff man on this team, this blue team.
Well,
because
where is it?
There's confusion. They
did not know what to do.
3 men ran to the ball and all stood about 10 yards from each other.
2 out.
Dude,
yeah,
this is a simple liner to left center. You fucking hit
center
the cutoff
fielder
man.
grabs it, hits the shortstop. Shortstop
so are we
goes
looking
home.
at the situation that center field, left field, and shortstop ran after the ball?
Yes, and I think they all threw the ball to each other. I think center field goes to left field goes to short. I think they did.
Dude, at this point, it's over. You know, Tommy's got 2 choices. He can slide like a badass. He can stand up coming in, or he can take the catcher out. Just line him up, tee him up. He doesn't know where the ball is. He's assuming it's coming.
You're right.
I think it was solid.
Hold on, Jesus fucking Christ.
You don't think Gene Lamont's at third going like this?
Someone was waving him in, but didn't even need to. Dude, the thing that strikes me in this, and we've all been there, Jay. We've all been there. I think you had a situation, and I don't blame the blue team, where it's like, bring it in. You know, when that kid gets up there at the plate.
I think that's shown by the third baseman.
I think
if he hits it, just
no. See, I don't think they could pull this off like that. I think they're playing. When a shortstop makes that call, like bring it in, or back deeper. We got a guy that can smoke the ball. I think they took his right arm into account and went, bring it in, folks. This is going to be a dribbler to the mound, or
Yeah, maybe.
at best a lazy popcorn to short.
Caught him off guard.
Am I wrong about this? That when you bring it back, especially when you're young, didn't it seem like just if a kid was big old fat kid?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, he's big and fat. Oh shit.
Back up. Back up.
Like the idea that
Move it back.
Bag up.
just because he's fat, there's gonna be some
Well,
Babe Ruth power behind it.
Usually
Well,
there was, man.
And there was. Dude, was there anything more insulting when you get up to the plate? Bring it in. Bring it in.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man.
Fuck.
Oh man.
All right, let's see one more time if we can judge what
Okay.
happens on this cutoff, because this is critical.
Go back to the beginning. I
Yep.
want to see
Yeah.
where their position
Yep,
is
okay.
in the outfield, because I think they're just on the grass
I think
past the infield.
I think it's a solid hit. I just don't think that. It
Yeah,
could've
nothing
been
against Tommy here. I think
No.
it was poorly played in the field.
He did his job.
Okay, I guess here we go.
They're just barely on the grass, dude. And they get a late jump.
Yeah, late jump. Center fielder's first to it, though. Watch. But look at the left fielder. Get the fuck out of the way, man.
What's this guy? What's second base doing? He doesn't look to be very. Look at
See,
that. Oh my god, that guy,
Look at
that
the
third
third
baseman.
baseman.
Third base coach. Look at the third base coach. Did you see that?
the
Rubber
ball
man.
never gets into the infield.
No, it doesn't. This terribly.
Look at the third base coach. Wait a minute. Hold on. Go back to when
Did he put the
Tommy's.
stop sign up?
No. When Tommy's halfway between second and third, okay?
Okay.
From that point on, we were watching the third base coach. If I'm not mistaken, he starts waving him around once Tommy passes him.
Let's see here. So right. Look at
He's not waving.
He's not-
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on in this field?
Yeah.
He started waving when Tommy got 4 feet
This is bad
past him.
baseball.
You know what that
This is not good, proper baseball. These coaches should all be fired.
You know what that coach did? He saw once he passed him and he saw it was going to be a move. He made the thing so he could be like, "Yep, right
Dude,
call
yeah,
by me.
yeah.
Right call
Wait,
by me."
he saw that he was going for home.
Yes.
And,
it was
or did he see a camera? Did he see cameras filming him and went, "Oh shit, I should have been waving him home"? Because
Bad baseball. You got a one-arm kid at the plate. I mean,
yeah,
bad baseball all around.
look at the catcher right now, even too.
Oh, yeah.
Like he's
he sees the fucking Three Stooges out in center field. But he knows.
They
He
know
knows.
at that age, if somebody hits something that goes that far, it's a home
it's a
run.
terribly ran defensive team.
And not to fucking add insult to injury, but at this point, the kid's at second. He's about to round third. The catcher still has his mask on. He hasn't even whipped his mask off yet. Like there's potential for a play at the plate.
Right.
He knows.
I gotta see.
He's
the coach
seen this
again
too many
here.
times. Coach, you waving him around? Or you holding him up? Oh,
He's got his
yeah.
glove
Let's
off.
wave him around.
Catcher took his glove off, too.
Catcher's not even wearing a glove.
No.
Holy shit. Okay. Lastly, there's one more thing I want to dissect. The guy that's playing center field, as you call it, he's really
Yeah.
playing a deep second base.
Yeah.
When he goes back, and he's the one that's got the wheels as far as the outfield trio, and you want him in center. When he gets the ball, is it possible that first pump fake, he was going to 34, this true second baseman, and went, he's wearing fucking blue jeans. I'm not hitting a cutoff man wearing blue jeans. Is it possible?
Yeah, you see little kids playing sports do that where they look up and they go, "Ooh, that's Tommy. He can't handle it." You know, he turn the other way for sure. That could be in his mind.
Let's see it one more time and just see if it's possible that was going on. Bang.
Doink.
Good rip, man. Good rip. So he's
Second
getting on his
baseman-
wheels.
Second baseman calling for the ball, 34 wearing tough skins.
Yep. He's like, I'm going to throw it. No,
Yeah.
no.
Pump fake. It's like, dude, you're in
Shit,
jeans.
he's wearing jeans. Fuck.
Third baseman kills me.
I know.
He's not even looking. He's looking at his fucking
Playing
aunt.
the hot corner. A kid that indifferent at the hot corner. My God, man.
Dude, if one's ripped at him
He's
and the
gonna get
bases are
killed.
loaded, the bases are loaded and there's a screamer at the hot corner.
He's working on his fingernails.
What are the odds of him turning even a double play, let
No.
alone a triple play?
I remember a story. I forgot about. I don't know if I've told it on the show before or not. So if I have, I apologize. But I was in T-ball, I believe, and I was playing. My dad was a coach or
You
something.
strike out. He's just.
No, I was in the outfield. I was big into Star Trek, you know. And the
Of course
ball,
you were.
The ball came at me, and I started yelling, "Red alert! Red alert! Red alert! Red alert!" in response to the ball.
What was the
The red alert was the ball.
what was the reference to?
Like Star Trek, they'll be like, you know, if there's a Klingons or something, red
Yeah.
alert, red alert.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
So incoming
The-
enemies
incoming
coming.
enemy.
Yeah,
So the ball
danger.
The ball came at me, and I just started yelling, "Red alert! Red alert!"
And all the other kids went, fuck.
Fucking idiot. Oh,
Let me
God
guess, you're
damn
in
it.
right field.
I don't remember exactly.
Yeah, you were in right field. I'll tell you right now. Or you were the manager. You were the manager assistant.
Yeah, did you have a clipboard in your hand when that ball came toward you?
Field.
Remember when he was, they were like, Fady, get in the game. Finally, the manager on the basketball team gets to go into the game. And the guy's like, oh, Jesus, Fady, you're wearing your tearaways. And he can't rip them off because he doesn't have shorts on underneath it. He's just underweared up proper.
The one time he gets in the game.
And he turned around, didn't say a word to his coach, turned around and just walked off the bench with his head hung low and just sat down.
Oh,
knowing I can't tear my tearaways off because I don't have fucking shorts on. God.
Hey, everybody.
I love it, E. I just love it.
Gentlemen, are you ready?
And then we're
Gonna find our best friend Doug, and then we're gonna give him a best friend hug. Jesus, take it away. Hey, now's the time. Contact Realtor Doug Steinert. Call him at 248-765-1781. He and the team at Century 21 Campbell will work to get you the absolute best deal on the sale and or purchase of your home. Doug's the man. He's easy to work with and a great friend of the show. So call Douglas today. 248-765-1781.
Okay. I was going to go through the girls at the at Robert Kraft's jack-off zone to see if there's any talent in there. And see the guys, too. I know. The guys are a disaster, too. Did you see Triangle Head?
I didn't see any guys. I just saw
a
bunch of Asian chicks.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot going on there that you'd want. But they're triangling that guy. It's like but I'm not, because for 2 days we've been talking about the Chaired Up Proper.
Oh, right. The guy from ESPN, the mag, right?
Do you have this actual image?
I have like this?
See, I thought he was a black guy in this photo, didn't you? Does he look like a black dude there?
Yeah, I just assumed that. But
he's a white guy. And his first question, and a valid one at that, is, does he have a dick? Because he's wearing pants with a belt.
You expel waste somehow, right? So you have a urethra and an anus. The question is, are they where we typically have them? And I got to be honest, man. If you're chaired up that proper and you're that wee of a torsoed man, do you go with the same color pants as your chair?
No, absolutely not.
It looks like he's just
It looks like he's actually smaller than he is, right?
Yeah, it does. It does. And not to be critical, but do we need the whistle hanging down to your belly button? Like, how are you getting that anyways?
Great point.
You know,
you swing, you start swinging, swinging up. It's like that game with the ball, and you try to swing it into the cup.
Yeah.
That's his whistle. Every time he needs to whistle.
Yeah, he needs that a shorter.
He's probably really good at it though.
Yeah,
doing that with his whistle. And honestly, wait, is he holding a clipboard? Oh, he's got his clipboard or his phone. There's a clip for it on the chair.
Yeah,
proving he really is chaired up proper. I'm a little worried about his lean. He doesn't. There's not a lot of wiggle room to be leaning.
Worried about
By the way,
it.
this is another image of him.
He's strapped in wherever he goes, man. You got to strap him in.
Is he one of those Russian dolls? You know, where you open it up and you pull a smaller one out of it?
And then here, this might have been the one you were looking at.
He's fucking pissed. You do not want that guy screaming in your face.
All right, so people who can't see these, he has no appendages. He's a torso and a head. I mean,
yeah.
Did I describe that properly?
You sure did. And I'd love to know who's got belt duty, because there's no way he's on belt duty.
Can he exercise? Like burn calories? That's
like the last question I
know, but can he get fat? Like,
of course he can get fat.
No, so then it's like
he's got a hell of a metabolism, doesn't he?
I mean, a workout for him is like Jay runs over, picks him up upside down, and spins him on his head, right? I mean, you could do that. I don't know why you would. I would just go longer shirt.
I know.
Like, why are we belting up?
Well, honestly, man, when you look at this guy and you see the same color pants as the chair, that's a bad move.
Yeah.
You need some distinction there so you can see that he does have a lower part. Otherwise, he honestly, he looks like a bust. He looks like a...
Well, he is a bust.
Remember when we did the AI story? He looks like AI. He looks like that lady, the robot lady that we talked about who wanted to like kill all humans.
Yeah.
Now she's just a bust right now.
Yeah. They had her titties up. Didn't they have nice titties on her? But they went below the titties.
That's essentially what this guy is advertising.
Every year for Halloween, I'm bronzing myself, and I'm just going to go there and be like a Hall of Fame bust. That's what I would do every year for Halloween.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's an easy, comfortable one. Someone's got to spray paint you up or whatever. But
right.
Yeah, dude. So anyway, Jay was looking at this, and I heard him talking the other day behind me, and he's just going, well, man, that might be the most cheered up, proper motherfucker on the planet. And it made me think, like, Boy, that's a bold statement. I mean, you're going to take the Hawk right out of the top 10 with a statement like that. And so I asked
Well, the Hawk's got appendages. This is...
Yeah, but...
Or had. God rest his soul.
Dude, the Hawk...
Oh, I know he was
The Hawk
peleaged
had
as
like
hell.
a
I
ghetto
understand.
lean, dude.
I understand.
Don't just throw the Hawk away because he's got useless legs and arms. I mean, they didn't work. You could have clipped them right off. You know, he still strawed up to his mouth to speak.
Yeah, but... Yeah.
Or he didn't even speak. He had the fucking like mind thing going to get him his voice.
Here's what I saw by looking at it. I'm shocked by how many people, like if you look at this one, like I'm shocked, honestly, just shocked how many, like...
Oh, God.
This is the worst thing we've ever done, by the way.
Like how many, I guess this happens more often than I would realize.
Well, she does have a couple arms. I want to know what's going on. Is it just a flat base? Is there a vagina and a butthole on that thing?
There's got to be, right?
Does he have balls, a dong, and a butthole?
I don't know that he necessarily has balls and everything, but you have to expel waste. There's something down there.
I'm like,
there's got to be.
I'm like,
so
was that Ringo Starr? Hold on, go back to that one. Seriously,
Ringo
is that
Starr.
Ringo?
It's Ringo.
I'm Ringo, and I play the drums. I don't play the drums. That version of Ringo.
I'm John, and I play the guitar.
And
Sometimes play the fool. Na, na, na.
and then I got into like...
That's Ringo Starr. Hold on. So I asked
Oh,
E.
sorry.
I said, E, can you see if Jay's statement is true that this man is in fact the most chaired up person on the planet, properly chaired up person? And E said, I'm on it, Bosch. And
that's a hell of a chair.
Dude, I want that chair.
She looks, to have everything
it's a
normally
cherry picker.
placed. Yeah.
She's got
yeah.
hydraulics,
Right.
dude.
And then I got like...
Wait, hold on.
You can tell it sort of has that Jack in the Box action to it, right?
You don't think she pops out of there, like jingles a bit and then pops? Wouldn't do that.
You wind a thing on the side.
What is the point of the hydraulics and the fucking cherry picker activity?
Up and
going
down,
on?
man. Different height.
How high does she need to get?
I think that's the max.
Yeah,
Oh, you think she's maxed out right
looks
there?
like it's extended the
Is
bars underneath.
Is she wearing a cast on her wrist too? No, it's her jacket. Okay.
Then I got this guy.
That's a sweet chair. E, were you just looking for sweet chairs? Because that is badass.
But you know what, dude?
He's just found dope chairs.
I didn't know how
It's
to...
not bad.
I mean, you're
is
sure
that
up
neon
proper.
running along the side? That is badass.
Yeah, you're gonna see that guy cutting a rug down at like Tomorrowland or something, you know?
Well,
Get on your feet or roll up, Tomorrowland.
I mean, it was hard to find...
Oh Jesus! I'm sorry, Paul. Good. Get everybody else. They'll stand for you. All right.
It's hard because the chaired up proper. Like, I didn't the idea of just looking up. It's harder than anything to just find fucked up people in wheelchairs. I mean,
I know, but didn't we decide to go with?
this is what extreme ones didn't work, man.
Holy shit,
Nah,
dude!
it's dope.
It's a tank,
See,
man.
like, to me, this is chaired up
Yeah.
proper. Things like this. That's what I.
But does he need it? I
that
don't know
that guy
he
just
needs
looks like
it.
he's doing the lawn, honestly.
Yeah. Let's just find a way to make
Badass.
mowing the lawn fun.
No, I think this guy does need it. I think this is a situation.
His left leg is forward more than his right
Sorry.
leg.
Yeah, he's pushing an accelerator.
He's
I
got a
think he's
gas
mowing
pedal.
the lawn on a
Yeah.
tank.
Let's see if there's anything that makes you believe that he absolutely has to be wearing that thing. He's got a seatbelt, dude. Chairs don't come with seatbelts typically, do they?
Well, the one that I started with definitely does. He needs to be belted in, or else he falls forward.
Yeah. Boy, oh boy, yeah, he's got tank treads, man.
Not
I
so
don't know,
sure
it's
about
kinda-
that one.
Yeah, I don't know. He's got reflectors. This thing's going out at night, man. You know what I mean? He's out in the dark cruising.
Street
that
legal.
Son of a bitch.
I don't know. That's basically what I came up with, I guess.
Well, go back to the first one.
Okay.
The first,
What did
the woman kind of looked somewhat blob-like, if I might use that term.
Oh boy. Yeah,
Is that apt?
it is apt. There's a
blob-like nature.
there's a touch of the blob, which is really insensitive. There's a touch of the Hutt, Jabba.
Mm.
There's a sprinkling of even Grimace somewhere in there. I'm seeing.
Definitely.
You know,
Definitely.
Do you see it?
I do
See,
see
the question
In a weird
was
way.
Yeah.
chaired up proper, and see, that's my definition. These would be chaired up proper in the sense that like they need to be in a chair.
I would say she's chaired up proper, no question about it.
Oh yeah.
But I don't think you found anyone
What do you
like
got there?
my guy.
I just saw this one.
This guy's on the beach, man.
This old lady, or I don't know what this is.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's dope. Yeah, she wants to float around. Yeah. I think she just rolled an ankle, dude.
Yeah,
She's crossing her legs. It's cultural appropriation,
Yeah,
right?
it's just a beach wheelchair. He's just
Yeah, well, that's just I'm just scanning down the people in wheelchair on
Remember
Bang.
when Beth and I were on that island in Canada or whatever, and there was that fucking wicked ass chair there, and I almost got in it.
I don't.
And was going to have
that.
Beth push me around, and then the guy that needed it.
Was it like that? One of those beach
No,
chairs?
it was fucking for real, dude. It was legit. And I swear to God, I almost got in it, and I was going to have her push me around. And then the guy that actually needed it, he would not have been in a good place had I gone for a stroll in his chair. Yeah. I didn't know. You see him at Walmart and shit sitting there all the time. I don't know what's free, what's, you know.
Amigos.
Yeah. Yeah, that was rather embarrassing because he came out right behind me as I was like eyeballing it and about to sit down.
It came out how? Came out where?
He was rolled out by someone. Someone
on
like
a skateboard? What?
No, dude, you don't understand what a dope ride this guy had. He I don't think he could go in. Like the gas was coming out of this thing. Like he fired it up, and so someone took him, some shit wheelchair and put him into.
I got you. Okay.
Into the area where he was, I don't know, travel guides and shit, and then he came wheeling out and it was like. Oh, yeah, excuse me. Sorry about that.
As you're
let me
about
open
to
the door
sit
to
in
your
this
chair.
I don't know if this isn't really Wheel of Proper, but
now we're just on people of Walmart.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. How do you end up? I don't know. The surname Dumpty comes to mind.
Yeah, that's a good one. It's a good one. He hasn't seen his dick and or balls in 30 years.
No,
I mean, not once.
Yeah.
And someone's wiping his ass because it ain't him. By the way, I went in and I was so disappointed. When Troy and I, T-Roy and I went to, what's it called? Home Depot to pick up the wood stuff.
Yeah.
And they had 3 carts there and I was exhausted. So I just hopped on one, fired that son of a bitch up. I'm like, fucking Troy's just like, he's not even dealing with me. He's gone. He's walking to where he needs to go. And I'm like, I'll meet you there. Dude, this one doesn't work. Next one doesn't work. Third doesn't work.
Did you complain? I totally complained.
I didn't complain, but dude, they had baskets, 4 wheels, gas pedal, the whole thing, reverse, and I could not get any of them moved. None of them would work. And so I fucking walked out of there. I left there and I was like, now I'm lost. Now I don't know where. So I went to the front desk and had him page Troy, tell him his child was missing. And he's like, dude, I had Troy page Troy. Troy Courtney, your child is missing persons. Troy Courtney. He's like, you're a piece of shit.
He needs to be better trained.
My chair didn't work, okay? All right, we got to get out of here, dude. We're late for a meeting.
Yo.
So we'll save emails. Send us emails. Email at DetroitCast.com. If you got any questions, anything else. Does anyone else need to say anything? I kind of cut us off quick there.
We good.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow. This will be our last show for the week because we're all gone and on Thursday. But we'll see you tomorrow. All right, take care.
Listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.
Listen, sugar.